Colin Firth Unmasked, the quiet strength after a public betrayal. Welcome back to Hollywood Unmasked, where we dive beneath the red carpets to find the raw, human truth behind the silver screen's most composed stars. For nearly 24 years, Colin Firth and his wife Livia were seen as one of Hollywood's strongest and most loving couples. Their quiet romance led fans to believe their marriage could withstand anything. But behind that perfect image, things were not as peaceful as they seemed. When their marriage suddenly ended, the biggest surprise was Colin's reaction. Instead of anger or heartbreak, he chose dignity. What role did Livia's affair play? And how did a private betrayal turn into a public scandal? Today, we uncover the truth behind the rumors and why Colin Firth finally found peace when it was all over. Long before the world saw him as Mr. Darcy, Colin's heart belonged to actress Meg Tilly. They built a grounded life outside Vancouver, raising a son, Will, and Meg's other children. Though they split in 1994, Colin never stepped away from the family they created. He remained a constant, devoted presence at every milestone, proving that love, when matured, can take gentler forms. 2 years later, Colin met Livia Giuggioli in the stillness of Cartagena, Colombia. It was described as love at first sight, leading to a storybook wedding in the Tuscan countryside. For more than 2 decades, they stood as rare proof of enduring love in Hollywood, raising 2 sons, Luca and Matteo, with Colin often speaking of his family with a tenderness that anchored his public persona. However, beneath the smiles, a fractured truth was emerging. Livia disclosed she had been involved with a childhood friend, Marco, claiming the relationship ended and left her feeling unsafe. The matter spilled into the public eye when the couple requested an investigation into alleged stalking. But Marco pushed back, claiming the relationship was romantic and consensual, presenting hundreds of messages and even diary pages as evidence. As the legal process unfolded, it was revealed that Colin and Livia had actually separated for a year back in 2015, during which the affair occurred. For a brief time, they attempted reconciliation, presenting a united front to a world that admired them. Yet trust, once fractured, proved impossible to restore. In 2019, they announced their final separation. Those close to the couple shared that the wounds were simply too deep to heal. Love couldn't survive the weight of the betrayal and the relentless public scrutiny. But Colin's story didn't end in wreckage. Healing arrived quietly, far from the spectacle of typical Hollywood romances. He found comfort with Maggie Cohn, a television writer whose presence brought steadiness after years of emotional turbulence. Their connection grew away from the noise, starting on the set of The Staircase. Colin Firth's journey reminds us that even when a fairy tale ends, there is power in silence, dignity in fatherhood, and a new kind of peace waiting on the other side of the storm. After years of heartbreak and relentless public scrutiny, a new chapter for Colin Firth began to take shape, one that felt different, quieter, and built not on spectacle, but on comfort. Somewhere between long hours and shared focus on the set of The Staircase, something deeper took root. Colin and writer Maggie Cohn fell in love, gently and without announcement. For a long time, they protected their relationship from the noise that had once damaged his past. When they finally appeared together on the red carpet in October 2022, it felt less like a reveal and more like a quiet confirmation of something already real. For many, the question lingered. Could Colin, a man who once spoke of believing in one enduring love, truly open his heart again? The answer was found in the unhurried pace of their lives. Witnesses observed a relaxed Colin, slipping easily into humor and shared laughter with Maggie, lost in conversation while strolling through West London. It was a reminder that even after a devastating loss, love can return softly, asking only to be lived. But even as this new romance bloomed, Colin continued to move through life with the same steady grace that has long defined him. For him, moving forward never meant abandoning the past or rewriting it with bitterness. Instead, he remained deeply present for his family, extending respect and support to both Meg Tilly and Livia Giuggioli. Responsibility and care never wavered. His younger sons, Luca and Matteo, eventually made London their home. In a poetic twist of fate, they gravitated toward music, the very dream Colin held for himself before acting claimed him. In early 2024, the brothers performed together at a small London venue, watched proudly by a father who understood exactly what that moment meant. Meanwhile, his eldest son, Will, maintained a strong, affectionate bond with his younger brothers, creating a family dynamic rooted in warmth rather than obligation.